This regime is monstrous because the only thing it knows how to do is to kill and to steal. These are the two things that this regime is built on. My name is Evgenia Kara-Murza. I'm advocacy coordinator at the Free Russia Foundation and a wife of a political prisoner, Vladimir Kara-Murza. My husband is a Russian politician. He's been in the opposition to the Putin regime since Vladimir Putin came to power. My husband was arrested last April for speaking out against the war in Ukraine. So far, there have been 3 criminal cases initiated against him. The first one for spreading so-called fake news about the use of Russian armed forces in Ukraine. During the summer months, the second charge against my husband was brought for organizing an event in support of political prisoners at Moscow Sakharov Center in October 2021. In 2015 and 2017, he survived 2 assassination attempts by a team of FSB operatives in the service of the Russian state. He was poisoned twice by an unknown substance. Both times it happened in Moscow. He developed very weird symptoms suddenly and ended up in a coma with a multiple organ failure. Both times he was given a 5% chance of survival. He spent months relearning how to walk, how to carry out the simplest tasks like, pouring tea from a teapot. He could not lift a teapot. And then he went back to his work. In October, he was accused of high treason by the Russian authorities. So now my husband is facing up to 24 years of strict regime for high treason, because as the official indictment said, these speeches that my husband made threatened the national security of the Russian Federation and damaged the image of the Russian Federation on the international stage. My husband is a genuine Russian patriot, and he has fought for years to bring change in our country, and he's not prepared to give up. Many years ago, it became clear to us that it would not be safe for the kids to be in Russia, that they could always be used by the regime to put pressure on Vladimir. And in order for him to continue his work as he saw fit, in order for him to be able to take those risks, I know that it was important for him to know that his family was safe. So we've been living outside of Russia for many years now. We know that the regime has been using political assassinations as an instrument to get rid of its opponents for years. And of course, not every single attack happened in Russia. There were many attacks that happened outside of the country, in different countries. Honestly, fear just, somehow, it's not even on my mind, honestly. I couldn't care less. I think that what I feel the most is I am so furious. I am honestly furious that this bunch of thieves and murderers is trying to destroy my family for years, is trying to carry out a genocide of the Ukrainian people, is persecuting and torturing people in Russia. That makes me so furious that I think that I will keep fighting, because this regime is monstrous, because the only thing it knows how to do is to kill and to steal. These are the two things that this regime is built on. And I will do everything I can to make sure that it collapses, so that my kid's father can return home to us, and so that Ukraine can find peace and rebuild